Hello everyone, this is lecture 7 of our discussion on power system analysis, and this time we'll consider the system fault analysis, or in other words, we are going to study short circuit analysis of the system. First, we define what is a fault. No? A fault refers to any abnormality of a power system that threatens its stability, leading to its collapse if not corrected immediately. Now, there are several types of faults. We have what we call as the shunt faults, and then under the shunt faults, we have the balance of three-phase faults, also called the symmetrical faults. And under the balance of three-phase faults, we have three-phase direct line-to-line faults, meaning the three lines are shorted. So we have here, conductors A, B, and C are shorted at this point, which we call as F, or the point of fault. And then the other type of balanced three-phase fault is that when these three conductors are shorted and then further grounded through an impedance C sub Z. So with this we represent the grounding impedance as C sub Z, wherein our fault current can flow from the faulted point towards the ground. Now for a bolted fault, C sub G is just equal to 0. There is no impedance if the fault is bolted. So meaning perfect short circuit happens here. There is no unimpedance. But generally we represent the general condition in which there is an impedance to the fault current towards the ground. So C sub Z. And then number 2, we have the unbalanced faults, also called the unsymmetrical faults. So under this we have the single line to ground faults, where one conductor is grounded, or shorted towards the ground. In this case, you have conductor C being solidly grounded. And then another type of unbalanced fault is when we have line-to-line faults. So two conductors are shorted, such as conductor A and B. They are shorted here at the faulted point F. Then we have A and B shorted, and then we have double line to ground fault. Two conductors are shorted and then also grounded. So we have this case. Now the second type of fault is what we call as the series faults. The first one was the shunt faults. Now the second type is the series faults. Now under the series faults, we have this first case when one line is open, or we call this as the one line open faults. So for example, we have conductor B being cut, so the conductor B is open. So this is what we call as one line open faults. Now possible causes of this opening of conductors are cut conductors. Then second is melted conductors, and then the third one would be an open loop. So there might be a connection of conductors here, and then the jumper or the loop connector is detached. So these two sections of the conductor is open. So we have what we call as the one line open fault. Now another case is when we have two conductors open. So we have this, conductor A is open, conductor B is open. So we call this as two lines open faults. So this kind of faults results to single phasing. So we have only phase C that is being alive, so supplying current to a portion of the circuit, and then okay, with respect to ground, so the system is a single phasing. And then the third type is of course the simultaneous faults. So any combination of the shunt faults and the series faults can possibly happen, and we call this a simultaneous fault. Before we can proceed to analyzing short circuits in a power network, okay, we need to understand first, okay, the sequence impedances and networks. Now, these are the impedances being the reaction of the network to the positive sequence component or the negative sequence component or a zero sequence component, okay, of unbalanced voltages or currents. So, the impedance of a circuit with positive sequence currents alone are flowing is called the impedance to positive sequence current, or simply the positive sequence impedance, and we call this as okay Z1. Now, so this is the reaction of the circuit, okay, to the positive sequence component of the current. Now, similarly, when only negative sequence currents are present, okay, the impedance is called the negative sequence impedance, okay, Z sub 2. And the impedance when only zero sequence currents flow is called the impedance to the zero sequence currents, or simply the zero sequence impedance Z sub 4. So the network formed by replacing the circuit elements with their positive sequence impedances is called the positive sequence, okay, networks. And when the circuit elements are replaced now with their negative sequence impedances, so the network formed is called the negative sequence network. And also when the network, okay, formed by the zero sequence impedances is called the zero sequence network. So this is it, no? In when analyzing okay short circuit, okay, we will be considering all these, no? The positive sequence network, the negative sequence network, and the zero sequence network. Now, during unbalanced faults, okay, these sequence networks are interconnected to determine the sequence components of the fault currents, say IA1, IA2, and IA. Now, sequence impedances of the circuit elements. Okay, so the our circuit elements like generators, okay, the transformers, okay, transmission lines, may exhibit okay different okay impedances to the positive, negative, or zero sequence okay currents. So for the generators or rotating machines, including the synchronous motors, okay, we have the positive sequence okay, reactance X1, which can be XD double prime or XD prime or just XD. Now, XD double prime is what we call as the direct axis subtransient okay, reactance. While our XD prime is the direct axis transient okay, reactance. And XD is the direct axis okay, synchronous reactance, no, at a steady state. So our X1 therefore can have these values okay, at the subtransient condition, or this value XD prime at the transient condition, or at the steady state condition XD. Okay. Now the negative sequence component of our generators or synchronous machines, okay, is equal to XD double prime, okay, plus the quadrature axis reactance, no, XQ double prime, okay, divided by 2. Okay, and our uh, zero sequence reactance of our generators usually ranges from 0.1 to 0.7, no, if of the subtransient okay, reactance. Okay, so the zero sequence reactance of our generator could be in a range, no, or certain okay value. So XQ double prime here is the subtransient okay quadrature axis. Now for the transmission lines, our positive sequence reactance X1 is equal to the negative sequence reactance X2, no? In other words, our transmission lines react in the same way as in positive sequence as well as in the negative sequence. But for the zero sequence, okay, the transmission lines will react to it, no, according to this value. Okay, the zero sequence reactance of our transmission line, okay, ranges from 2 to 3.5, no, of X1. Okay, so 2 to 3.5 of the positive sequence impedance of our transmission line. So our XO can vary between these. Now with higher range of XO, okay, meaning at this value 3.5 of X1, okay, shall be used, okay, for double circuit lines and lines without ground wire. So we use higher value. Now for a single circuit lines, meaning only one set of three-phase conductors present, no, in a tower, so we can use the minimum value of 2, okay, and especially when the line is also grounded, so we can use lower value of 2 for our XO, no? In other words, our XO will be 2 times X1. Now for the transformers, okay, its a reactance to the positive sequence current or negative sequence current, okay, is the same as its reactance to the zero sequence current. So X1 is equal to X2 equal to XO. Okay, so with those, okay, values of sequence reactances of our generators, transformers, and transmission lines, okay, we can draw therefore the sequence networks, no, of an AC generator. So for the positive sequence network of our AC generator, okay, where we draw here the three-phase representation of our generator, where we have phase A, phase B, and phase C. Now on a per phase analysis, we consider only one phase here, so we have here E sub A, and then this is in series with its positive sequence impedance Z sub 1, where our Z sub 1, we remember, could be our XD double prime, or the sub transient reactance XD prime, or the synchronous reactance XD, no? Depending on our analysis. And then we have at its terminals, of course, we have the voltage terminal, VA1, the positive sequence component of the voltage, V sub A, and our VA1 here, with respect to ground or reference, would be just equal to the generated voltage E sub A, and then minus the impedance drop here, which is equal to IA1 times Z1. So this is our equation, no? For the sequence network of our positive sequence network of our generator. Now for its negative sequence network, again, for its three-phase representation, we have here, we have phase A, phase B, and phase C. But on per phase analysis, with respect to this neutral or reference bus, then we have only the impedance Z sub 2, and then we have current IA2 towards its terminal A. Now take note that in the negative sequence network of our generator, there is no generated voltage. Our generator can only generate positive sequence voltage, not it cannot generate negative sequence voltage, nor it cannot generate zero sequence voltage. So that's why we have only an impedance or reactance is sub 2 to represent our generator here, and the voltage across its terminal, with respect to the reference bus or neutral, is our VA2. So therefore, our VA2 here would just be equal to the voltage drop here, so minus IA2 times Z sub 2. So that is our network representation for the negative sequence, no, of our generator. Now for its zero sequence representation, for the three-phase representation, Okay, we have here okay, phase A, phase B, and phase C, and then again there is no generated voltage here because our generator cannot generate okay the zero sequence voltage. So we have okay only the reactance, and we call this as C sub GO. Okay, for phase A now, and we have three C sub G also for phase B, and C sub GO also for okay phase C. Now okay, the generator is reactance grounded as represented here with impedance okay Z sub N, and we have the zero sequence currents okay flowing back to the generator if there were okay faults in the transmission lines, and then zero sequence currents okay flow to the ground, then they have to go back to the generator, no? So returning to the generator are our zero sequence currents IEO, IBO, ICO, okay, and then so on. So the okay, if a default is not removed, so this zero sequence currents will persist not to flow in the network. So for the okay, circuit representation of the negative sequence network for our generator, so we have this. Okay, so because IEO, IBO, and ICO are equal, so the encounter okay the same reactance to the windings of our generator. So that's why we have here equal zero sequence okay impedance of our generator Z sub GO, C sub GO, and C sub GO. So with three currents flowing, so uh, ano uh, for okay for this drop in voltage here, okay, with the impedance is sub n, so three currents flowing, so we have there are three, okay, Zn, okay, with IAO flowing now. So we just detach IAO to be placed here. So we have actually here three IAO Zn as the voltage drop in the grounding impedance of our generator. Now since this is per phase, so for phase A we only consider one GO. So this is Z sub GO here. And the sum of this 3Zn plus Z sub GO is what we call as the zero sequence impedance of our generator Z sub O. No? So our Z sub of our generator okay, includes the impedance of its grounding reactance okay, plus the zero sequence impedance okay, of its okay, winding okay, Z sub GO. Now for the transformers, okay, so for the transformers, we worry only about the zero sequence components. Okay, for the positive and negative sequence components, then they are just okay the equivalent okay reactance okay of the transformer, and they are usually okay given now as computed based on their capacity. But for the zero sequence impedance of our transformer, okay, it depends on the type of connection of the windings at the primary and the secondary. So for example, okay, we have the Y connected primary and solidly grounded, and we have also Y connected secondary okay, and solidly grounded. So with three-phase representation, you have the three windings at the primary, okay, and then we have also three windings at the secondary. Now these are our primary terminals just indicated as P, and these are the three secondary terminals represented by S. Okay, so we have okay currents flowing here as IEO, IBO, ICO, and then since IBO is the same as IEO, so we can represent this as IEO, IEO, IEO. And so these three zero sequence currents, okay, upon reaching the neutral, will just combine together to flow to the ground because our winding, primary winding is grounded. So Okay, from the neutral of our transformer to the ground, we have 3 okay, IEO flowing. Now, similarly at the secondary, okay, zero sequence currents also flow. Okay, so we have IEO going out, okay, towards its terminals. You have also IEO. This is actually IBO equal to IEO, okay, going to its terminals also, and we have ICO or IEO going to this, okay, terminals. Now, if we have the current directions this way going towards the terminals, okay, then the currents, okay, should be going to the, okay, from neutral, okay, towards from the ground, okay, to neutral. So the direction of the current here is dapat reverse, no? So in other words, if the three zero sequence currents at the primary goes to the ground, then they just flow because this ground is connected to this ground. So this current 3IAO here will just go to the secondary. So in this going up supposedly, no, na mali lang ni. Okay, 3IAO. So that upon reaching this, the okay breakdown into IAO to these three phases. Okay, so our zero sequence current therefore is able to flow, no, from the primary to the secondary. So therefore, our equivalent circuit, okay, for the transformer with regards to the zero sequence impedance, okay, would be this, no? So with respect to the primary terminal and secondary terminal, okay, we place, okay, the impedance Z sub O. And then of course you have here the reference, okay, to represent our, okay, transformer in the zero sequence impedance. So the zero sequence at the primary makalusot, okay, towards the secondary, no? So if you have here IEO at the primary, so it can just pass through to the secondary terminals, okay, because of this grounding. Okay, now we look at another connection, YY connection of the windings, but only the primary is grounded. The secondary is not grounded. So what happens? Okay, in the primary, as the same as what we have here, okay, zero sequence currents, okay, can flow, no? And from the neutral, okay, the zero sequence current here will be 3IAO going to the ground. But this current going to the ground cannot enter the secondary winding because there is no connection of the neutral, okay, to the ground. So what happens there? The zero sequence current here cannot flow in the secondary winding. So we represent therefore our transformer, okay, with this connection, okay, Y primary grounded, okay, Y secondary ungrounded, to be this one, no? So from the primary we have an impedance, okay, Z sub O, okay, but with respect to the secondary terminals, okay, there is no connection, so it is open. So in other words, the zero sequence currents in the primary cannot flow to the secondary because we have here an open circuit between the primary terminals and the secondary terminals. So this is how we represent this type of connection. Now, another connection is that we have, okay, primary Y and grounded, and the secondary is delta connected. Okay, so just as the other connections that we had, okay, previously, so the zero sequence currents at the primary can flow, okay, towards, okay, the ground. Now, however, at the secondary, okay, what happens is that, okay, the zero sequence current flowing in the windings in the primary will produce, okay, zero sequence current in the secondary because uh, the ampere turns now of the primary and the secondary circuit should be equal. So if there is zero sequence current here, supposedly this winding should also produce, okay, zero sequence current because we have close connection. Okay, unlike the other connections before na, okay, the zero sequence current in the secondary cannot flow, no, because okay, either the terminals are open. But here in the delta connected secondary, okay, zero sequence current can flow, okay, because for example, if this is the response of the secondary winding to the primary, okay, short circuit current IAO, then it must produce also its version of okay, secondary, okay, short circuit current IEO. Now similarly for this winding, okay, it will produce also okay, corresponding short circuit in the secondary, and this winding also will produce okay, short circuit current in its pair, no, this winding. So in other words, okay, the short circuit current produced in the delta, okay, are series aiding. Okay, so and this circulate okay in the windings. Okay, so they just circulate in the windings. Okay, they cannot go out, no, to the secondary. Why? Because if this current is equal to that, then summing, applying Kirchhoff's current law at this point, so there will be no current flowing here. Okay, okay, we just have the same current. No, this is entering and this is leaving, so the net current would be zero. So this current along this line, there is no current. Similarly, at this point also, there is no current flowing because when we apply Kirchhoff's current at this point, okay, we have current entering and we have the same amount of current leaving, so there would be no current okay, going out. So similarly to this. So in other words, the short circuit current okay, in our secondary winding cannot go out now from the delta connection. So therefore, between the primary terminals and secondary terminals, okay, it is open, meaning the short circuit current at the primary, especially the zero sequence current, okay, cannot pass through this transformer okay, to the secondary terminal. Now, however, in the secondary winding, we have the impedance here, equivalent impedance C sub O. So with respect to the neutral, okay, it will just go down here, no, to the neutral, because uh, okay, we have okay circulating currents here, so meaning okay the current can now uh, just flow from one terminal okay to the neutral, no, if we can for example write the equivalent y for this, no, so we have new okay the reference okay neutral, so between a terminal and the reference neutral, there would be okay current flowing. So we represent our transformer okay for a zero sequence impedance okay with delta secondary to be okay this one. Now another type of connection is that we have ungrounded Y primary and delta connected secondary. Okay, now since our primary is ungrounded, so there will be no zero sequence current that can flow okay between the terminals okay to the ground. Okay, so we have zero sequence current here, so okay, it is represented therefore by an open circuit now. And then we have here the transformer section, so we just draw the impedance reactance C sub O now, but the okay, primary current, zero sequence primary current here cannot flow okay, between a terminal, a primary terminal okay, to the windings of our transformer. And similarly, at the secondary, we have here a delta connected winding. So similar, just as we have here above, okay, we have also open connection between the transformer and the terminals. Okay, so this is how we draw the zero sequence impedance for this type of winding, right? So open at both sides. Now, when we have delta-delta connection of our three-phase transformer, then what happens really okay, is that Okay, zero sequence current can flow in the primary winding because we have closed loop. Okay, now similarly at the secondary okay windings, we have also a closed loop delta connection. So meaning if there is circulating current here, okay, it will have also corresponding circulating current in the secondary. So in other words, uh, okay, but okay, with respect to the primary terminal, okay, to the windings of the transformer, okay, it is open. Okay, and similarly at the secondary, okay, it is also open. So zero sequence at the primary cannot flow, okay, through the transformer nor to the secondary. Now, because we have circulating currents in the delta windings, okay, so we just have this closed circuit, no, with Z sub O, okay, impedance, and then with respect to the neutral, and then our zero sequence currents will be circulating only around here, no, in a closed loop. Okay, so it does not affect okay, the rest of the network, okay, outside of this. So diya lang siya. Okay, next is we have the YY connection ungrounded. So again, at the primary, zero sequence current cannot flow, so it's open here. And for the secondary also, this zero sequence current cannot flow, so it is open here. And so we have, and in the middle, we have the impedance of the okay, transformer C sub O. So we have this equivalent zero sequence network for this type of transformer connection. Now, for three-winding, three-phase transformers, okay, which we have considered in lecture 1, for three-winding transformers, we have the primary, we have the secondary, and we have the tertiary winding, usually connected in delta. So, we have the primary, okay, grounded, no, Y connected, grounded, and also the secondary windings are Y connected and also grounded. And our secondary winding is delta connected. Okay, so how shall we represent okay, the equivalent circuit for our three-winding three-phase transformers? Okay, now between the primary and the secondary, because we have here Y grounded, now we have grounded connection, we have grounded connection. So our zero sequence currents in the primary can just flow okay through the ground okay and to the secondary. Okay, so therefore we have this uh, connection now where zero sequence currents can flow, and we just okay separate okay the primary impedance is sub P and then the secondary impedance as E sub S. Okay, so zero sequence current can flow from the primary to the secondary. Now with respect to the tertiary, okay, between the okay the okay primary winding and the secondary winding, so remembering our representation for okay the three-phase three-winding transformers, we have okay the equivalent circuit is that we have three connections. Okay, we have Z sub P connected to the primary, C sub S connected to S, and we have C sub T connected to the okay tertiary okay terminal. So this is our representation, and we have the formula for finding these individual impedances, no, after performing okay the short circuit test. Okay, now actually we have here the tertiary terminal T, while this is our reference okay neutral, no, for the zero sequence okay network. So meaning okay with respect to the primary, okay, zero sequence current can flow, and then towards the secondary. Okay, now zero sequence current also can flow from this point okay towards the neutral or reference line or to ground, as is this. Now we have this as the ground or reference bus. So zero sequence current can also flow through this tertiary impedance. But with respect to the terminals of our tertiary windings T, it is open because we have a delta connection, so zero sequence current cannot flow to the terminals of our tertiary. So it is open. Now we have Y ungrounded Y primary, ungrounded Y secondary, and we have the third tertiary winding delta. So, well, as we have before, no, for ungrounded Y, zero sequence cannot flow, so we have there an open circuit, and then we have Z sub P, and then for the secondary also we have an open circuit, with respect to its secondary terminals. But between the neutral of our tertiary three winding transformer and the zero sequence, we have current can flow, no, but I cannot go out to this direction or to this direction. So in effect, the zero sequence current here, if there is no current here, no current here, so there should be no current here. Now, otherwise, if there is current here, so this should be going out this way or this way. But since they are open, so it makes the current tertiary winding zero. And also with respect to its terminal, so zero sequence current cannot flow. So this is our equivalent circuit for our three winding three-phase transformer. Now we have also three winding with Y connected primary grounded and Y connected secondary ungrounded. So so here at the primary, zero sequence current can flow, no, to the neutral of the three winding transformer equivalent circuit. But at the secondary, the zero sequence current cannot flow, so it's open here because it is ungrounded. For the tertiary winding, from the neutral of the equivalent circuit of our three winding transformer to the reference node, zero sequence current may flow. But with respect to the terminals of tertiary winding, it is open. So in other words, the primary short circuit current, no, zero sequence at the primary can flow, no, from P to the neutral, passing through these impedances Z sub P and Z sub T. Now for the next connection where we have grounded Y at the primary, delta connected secondary, and we have delta connected tertiary. So our equivalent circuit would be this, no? For the primary winding which is grounded, and with respect to the tertiary winding similar to the one we have above. So the zero sequence current can just flow to this path, no? With the terminal open. But with respect to the secondary, the short circuit current zero sequence cannot flow to the secondary, so it's open here. But since our connection is delta, so zero sequence current can also circulate in this loop. So we have Z sub S, and then this, because this is delta, so it just go down here to the reference axis. So this is our equivalent circuit. So we have the short circuit current from the primary, for example. Upon reaching this, a portion will flow through this and the rest will flow through this path.